Chief Executive appointment. That is Meg O'Neill. She'll start in April and be the first woman to take the helm of a global oil giant. So can she draw a line under the turmoil at BP that has seen 4 CEOs in 6 years? Well, Cornelia Meyer joins me now, economist and CEO of Meyer Resources, and also used to work at BP. Good to see you, Cornelia.
Good to see you.
Let's get the numbers out of the way to begin with. We are expecting weaker numbers, but still a decent performance, are we not?
Well, we're expecting weaker numbers. We're expecting around 30 billion for Q4, about around 136 billion for the whole year. But they are weaker numbers. You know, there were write-downs on the renewables business. There were also 70% of the write-downs on sales of assets came actually from the oil and gas sector. So not that good. You put it in perspective, all of the European oil companies really suffered under the lower oil price. But what we see is that the Americans made up for the lower oil price by just jacking up the volume. Exxon, for instance, produced more in the last year than in the last 40 years.
The point, though, about these earnings news is always what is ahead. What is the outlook for BP? And there's so much riding, isn't there, on Meg O'Neill, who will start in a few months' time. Give us your take on the challenges she faces.
Well, she faces a lot of challenges, but if anybody can, she can. She's ex-Exxon, and Exxon is sort of, in terms of corporate culture, most diametrically the opposite of BP, but it's probably what BP needs. And she's a strong upstreamer. You know, she's strong in exploration and production. She turned Woodside Petroleum into an LNG powerhouse, the Australian company. She, for instance, when she was in Indonesia after the tsunami, she didn't miss one barrel despite of the tsunami of production. She was still at Exxon then. So if anybody can do that, she can, but she will have her work cut out for her. And she obviously also has forgive me, a very unhappy activist investor in Elliott.
Yeah, and just to say, Cornelia, I hope you can get through that little cough for one more question. Is it a big deal that Meg O'Neill is the first woman to take the helm? I mean, does that really make a difference? You were very senior at BP, a woman years ago.
It's not about being a woman. This is about being a competent oil and gas person.
Okay, super. Thank you so much, Cornelia, and we will see you again soon. In fact, in a few hours, when we get BP's numbers in an hour and 10 minutes, I'll talk to Cornelia again, and she'll have a